All-Star Shootout here in Inversion. It's a non-points race for the tour, but nonetheless, all the drivers want to have this trophy to ensure this race of these cars starting line for the All-Star Shootout. It's going to go off the wall. There's supply entry for Fred Lutz, starting alongside the division of the 16.
Salamino in the number 16. Inside second row will start the number 7. John McKennedy, the Ultra Wheel, number 7, starts in the third spot. Fourth goes to the 36, being driven by Bobby Santos, the Massachusetts driver in the Dave Sapienza number 36. His first NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour race of the 2019 season, by the way. Starting fifth on the field will be the number 2, Doug Kobe, in the Mayhew Tools Reynolds Auto Wrecking, number 2. The sixth starting spot goes to the 58. That is Eric Goodale in the GAF Roofing, number 58. 99 grids next on the field. This is the winner of the Musket 250 last September here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. This year aboard the Tomeno car for this special event. The S&S sponsored entry for Chase Dowling in the number 99. Coming off in the 8th starting spot will be the number 70. That's Andy Seiss, the New Hampshire driver in the Rockingham Boat Repair, number 70. 07 grids next, Patrick Emmerling in the Salins 07. We mentioned he was one of the fast cars in practice earlier today, and the fastest will start in the 10th spot. The number 3 for Matt Swanson in the Cape Cod Copper USNE Wild Media sponsored Old Blue, number 3, starting in the 10th spot. 11 goes to the 54. That is Tommy Catalano in the Catalano Motorsports, number 54. 77 grids next. Ryan Newman in the Curb Records, number 77. Newman won the inaugural All-Star Shootout back in 2014. 85 will grid next on the field. Ron Silk in the Stewart's Automotive, number 85, the winner at South Boston earlier this season. 14th starting spot goes to the number 97, Brian Dozet in the OB Builders, number 97. And the 82 grids next. Woody Pitcat, the Connecticut driver in the Horton Avenues Materials, number 82. Woody, the winner at the Wall Stadium earlier this season. The number 6 grids next. Welcome back, Ryan Preece in the TS Haulers, number 6. He's never won a regular modified race, but he has won the All-Star Shootout earlier in his career here at New Hampshire. He was the winner in 2017. The 51 will grid next. The rest of the field, the 21 of Jimmy Blewett, 19th spot, the 33 of Wade Cole, and scheduled to go 20th was Calvin Carroll in the number 25. Starting lineup for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour All-Star Shootout of 35 laps here at New Hampshire. And Joe, again, we say a non-points race, but there's a lot of bragging to go along with the win of this race.
Yeah, I think the bragging rights may be more valuable than the points here this afternoon in this All-Star Shootout. Pace car about ready to head for cover here at the Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. In rows of two, Craig Lutz and Timmy Solomito, two drivers out of Long Island who bring them around to the green flag, and the 6th annual All-Star Shootout is underway.
Side by side down into turn one, Solomito with the advantage, hugging the yellow line down on the inside, gets a car length out in front as Lutz washes up the racetrack ever so slightly and gives up the 2nd spot as well.
A brand new race car for Timmy Solomito, and it's out in front here today. John Kennedy, that 7 York, darting down to the inside of turns 3 and 4, loses a nose and now falls back to 3rd as they come off the turn.
Yeah, 3 wide out of turn 3 as Doug Kobe thought about going to the inside of McKennedy, thinks better of that and pulls back up on the outside as Solomito continues to lead him out of turn 2.
McKennedy still trying to make that inside lane work. Look at the car in 3rd. That is Bobby Santos, car number 36, as there's a battle for the lead. Craig Lutz working inside with lap number 46. The neon orange 16 is Solomito. He's back to 2nd.
And Lutz goes to the point. Our original pole sitter will lead this lap as they come across the stripe with Solomito tucked up right there on the back bumper, and Bobby Santos will follow him from 3rd.
We mentioned it in the starting lineup. Bobby Santos making his first modified start of the season. He's been running midgets out in the West Coast and doing very well there. He's filling in for the injured Dave Zapienza, their first run together. Right now in 3rd. Big for the lead again. Solomito looks low into turn 3. Lutz gives him room to the outside, and it's Solomito back on top.
Yeah, the other guy making a move there down on the inside is the 58 of Goodall. He was able to get up to the 5th spot and being challenged by Kobe. Doug Kobe tucks it way down low, but can he make it stick on the bottom as they race out of turn 2?
Goodale has to check up coming up off turn number 2. That stacks him up and separates the top 4 from everyone else. Side by side now, getting down into turn 3. Kobe gets the better of it there, and here comes Emmerling in the 07 to come to the inside off 4.
Emmerling in that 07 will follow Kobe across the stripe as they go 3 wide once again. That's Matt Swanson way down on the bottom of Chase Dowling down into turn number 1.
Matt Swanson's number 3 car, very fast by himself in practice today, had no drafting help, and went to the top of the scoring pylon. He is deep in the pack, he's dropping towards the rear. Up front, Craig Lutz to the top spot once again, bypassing Solomito.
Off the 4th turn they come. It's Lutz in the front, Solomito right with him. Bobby Santos hangs tough, and now add John McKennedy to the mix as they run nose to tail into turn 1.
Keep in mind there'll be a competition caution at lap 20 or 20 minutes into the race, and as we go right now, the target is lap 20. 15 from now, then we'll invert a random number of cars. Lots still on the line. Here's Santos now, trying to bypass Solomito. He's got that done. Now he'll go for the lead off turn 4.
Yeah, while he was down on the bottom, he decided to go for more and dig, and they just make contact. And boy, Santos with the save of the day of that number 36. He was sideways out of turn 4, gathers it back up, but is drop kicked back several spots.
A driver with less talent than Bobby Santos would have wadded that car up in front of the entire field and taken out everybody. But Santos, with the skill of a surgeon, came about 2 feet off the inside safer barrier, came across the racetrack, straightened it out, lost a lot of ground, but he still has his race car as they battle again for the top spot.
Yeah, he's out of contention for the lead. Here's a replay of that 4th turn incident, and you see he bounced off of Craig Lutz as Lutz started to dive down on the inside of the racetrack, hit Santos, and boy, he gathered it back up just in the nick of time.
So on the back straightaway they go. Craig Lutz making his way into turn number 3. The Goody Motorsports number 46. Lutz is a driver that has been knocking on the door of victory lane in modified competition, has thrown his name in the hat as one of the up-and-coming stars in modified racing, and right now he leads on the biggest stage.
At least down into turn number 1, but he gets passed by Solomito once again as Solomito goes back to the point, and Lutz will hang tough right there on the back bumper as they form a freight train down the backstretch into turn number 3.
Just like the action we're seeing today, this is only half the field. Tomorrow, 100 laps of this type of competition here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. This is the All-Star Shootout. It's Solomito in the 16, Lutz right to his back bumper across the line.
As they race down into turn 1, they'll stay in that running order. And Bobby Santos has been able to close the gap as he runs 5th and is starting to pick up on the back bumper of the Doug Coby number 2 as they race down the backstretch into turn 3. It's 5 cars all together in the front.
Gap back to them, the 07 of Patrick Emmerling. Then they've got a little bit of breathing room before you get toward the rest of the field. They run 7 on back, and among them the 21 car Jimmy Blewett and Ryan Newman, Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series star.
Once again, back to the lead. It was able to drive underneath Solomito going into turn 1, and will lead him down the backstretch. And again, the top 5 all together. However, Patrick Emmerling starting to reel them in. Here's a move down on the bottom by Doug Coby as he takes a look down underneath John McKennedy out of turn 4.
Coby, slow and steady, working his way back up in front, starting 5th. Got shuffled back in the initial start. He's right back where he is now, so he's gained some ground, but he's got Patrick Emmerling, one of the dark horse competitors, working down at the bottom. He wants to keep the top 5.
We've seen a couple of guys kind of move out of the draft, go to the inside, and instead of going forward, they go backwards, and that's what happened to Coby. He gave up the spot to Bobby Santos, and now Emmerling, who's been in the draft of Coby, decides to take a run underneath him in the challenge for that position.
Patrick Emmerling does not run a full schedule in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, but when he shows up, everybody knows he's there, just like Santos, another part-time runner, who now takes over 3rd once again, getting by McKenzie through turn 22. So Santos back in a podium running position, and he is on the hunt going after Timmy Solomito.
Yeah, if anybody knows how to get around this racetrack, it's Bobby Santos, a multi-time winner in the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. And from a scare just a few laps ago when he had that car sideways out of turn 4, he's able to get back up into the top 3 as they race down into turn 1.
It'll go from 2nd, gets by Timmy Solomito down in turn 22. So Santos recovering nicely, sets his sights on the race leader of Craig Lutz, 3 car lengths behind as they power down the back straightaway. Everybody for the moment in single file with the exception of Justin Bonjour and Ronnie Silk a bit deeper in the field. They both go to the inside and pick up spots in turn 3.
Yeah, they both rocketed their way around the inside of Jimmy Blewett. Blewett trying to hang tough there, that number 21, as he's in that second group of cars, battling from about 6th on back.
Tommy Catalano making a nice move like that. Gets another spot. He goes by Blewett as well. So Blewett moving 3 positions in the course of a lap. Up ahead, Emmerling is putting the heat on the 2 car of Doug Coby. The 5-time champion is Coby, but here comes Emmerling.
Emmerling down on the inside, can't make the pass that time, and instead will pull back up into the draft behind Coby. Taking another run at it down into turn 1. Same thing, gets right side by side about the middle of the turn, but then has to fall back again as they head down the straightaway.
A couple of car lengths in hand for Doug Coby in that battle for 5th up ahead. McKennedy is right up on the back bumper of Timmy Solomito. That's the battle for 3rd. And they've got a bit of distance behind Craig Lutz and Bobby Santos, who are charging to the lap 20 mark in segment number 1 of today's All-Star Shootout.
Through that 1st and 2nd turn, Santos stays within striking distance, and as you pointed out, Joe, they pulled away from the 3rd and 4th place runners. That's a battle amongst themselves right there now. Solomito and John McKennedy right on his back bumper.
Here's Ryan Newman. Blue number 77 is Newman. Right to the back bumper of Doug Coby. Newman currently running in 7th. He's moved forward nicely from his 12th starting position. Gary Putnam owns the modified from Vernon, Connecticut. Now an engineer in the Cup Series, and they team together to run these races here in New Hampshire. He's a former winner of this race.
Prior to this lap, Patrick Emmerling was able to get around Doug Coby finally, and he's put some breathing room between himself and Coby. Meanwhile, Ryan Newman makes short work of Coby as he drives around the bottom and is able to pull back up in front of him. He'll go after Emmerling now in that battle for position.
And Coby now falls to the touches of Ronnie Silk, who has a brand new race car here at the track this weekend. That purple number 85 goes underneath Coby in turn 1. He gets the spot down there. Here is Bonsignor, the two rivals for the championship, the 2 of Kobe and the 51 of Bonsignor, but both are on the bottom half of the top 10.
As they race off the fourth turn, Silk in that number 85, feeling some heat from Kobe, but Kobe fades again on the straightaway, and Bonsignor is able to get around him on the outside and take that position away.
No pit stops in this race, so Kobe's going to have to deal with the setup he has right now. Is this strategy for Kobe? Is he conserving? We've seen Bobby Santos do that before. Speaking of Santos, how about turn 3? Car number 36, Santos right underneath Craig Lutz, and he's your new leader.
Yeah, he kept him honest for many laps, staying right on the back bumper, and that time he saw an opportunity, but Lutz comes right back again. As he did in the battle for the lead with Timmy Salamito, he passes Santos again and goes back to the point.
Lap 20 is shown, the top of the scoreboard as the leaders make their way down back straightaway. Everybody comes around to complete the lap, and Bob Slade will throw the caution flag atop the flag stand. Segment number 1 complete in the All-Star Shootout. Bobby Santos filling in for the injured Dave D'Apienza, back in modified competition, is the first one to the caution flag here across the granite stripe. So race fans, now it's time to see what the invert is going to look like. We've got the wheel set up here, right here at the start-finish line. 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 drivers will be inverted. We'll take a look at how it goes. Good spin down there.
Taking a warm-up lap with the wheel and getting set for
just getting the tires cleaned off a little bit. See what the official word is here. Drivers waiting to see how many of them will be inverted for the final 15-lap dash to the checkered flag here this afternoon at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The 6th running of this event. We've not had a repeat winner in this race. And the signal has been given to the NASCAR official. And we are waiting to see what the official word is here as the cars make their way down pit road. To the attentions of the teams here to go take a quick look. Once everybody gets stopped, they'll go around, make sure everything's good, get a couple of adjustments. No tires will be changed here on this pit stop. Just some adjustments to all the teams. So they'll head back out on the racetrack and they're waiting to came down pit road. And we await the word from NASCAR officials to see how many drivers will be inverted here for the final dash to this finish. How impressive was Bobby Santos? According to the NASCAR scoring monitor, it looks like they've decided to invert 5 competitors here. And that's going to put Patrick Emmerling on the front row as the team comes up off turn number 4. And the green flag is waving once again in the All-Star Shootout.
a little bit of a zigzag there at the start as Emmerling, don't know if he spun the tires or what, but got that car a little bit loose and was able to keep it off of John McKennedy. So McKennedy on the bottom, able to take over the lead down the backstretch. Salamito running in the 3rd spot now with a challenge up on the outside of him. It's Craig Lutz trying to fight his way back to the front.
Here comes Patrick Emmerling, though. He sneaks the nose underneath John McKennedy to go back up front. So it's Patrick Emmerling leading the way. John McKennedy, Craig Lutz, and Ryan Newman, your top 4.
They run together until they get to the first turn, and here's McKennedy down on the bottom, trying to take the lead back from Patrick Emmerling. Also working the bottom of the racetrack is Craig Lutz in that number 46.
But it was Newman around the outside. Now here's Bonsignor wants to pick some 4. He goes underneath Craig Lutz. He loses 2 spots in a lap. And look who's moving on the bottom, the purple 85 of Ronnie Silk.
Boy, he tucked that car right down on the yellow line and passed 2, maybe 3 cars in the middle of the turn, but once he gets to the straightaway, can't keep that momentum, and they rocket right by him again on the outside.
Justin Bonsignor, car number 51, defending champ and defending champion of this race. Bonsignor trying to make something happen. looking for a way around Ryan Newman in turn number 3. Can't do it. He'll follow in that outside lane, this time through the turn.
Down across the stripe, John McKennedy will lead that lap with Patrick Emmerling in tow. There's Ryan Newman looking to the outside, and quite a battle down on the inside. That, once again, the 36 of Bobby Santos. He's trying to find his way back to the front.
Santos on the move. He loves the inside lane here in New Hampshire. If you ask anybody in the garage area, they'll tell you Santos is successful because he can make the bottom work. He gets by 2 cars in 1 turn. Newman and Bonsignor in the rearview mirror, and here comes Santos on the hunt for the race lead.
Right back to it, Bobby Santos. He kind of pried the door open there too when he went underneath Ryan Newman, and that left it open for Justin Bonsignor to follow through. But a great race down into turn 3 right now.
Emmerling continues to try to work the inside lane in that 0-7. McKennedy goes up to the top. Brian Dowdson gets a penalty for speeding on pit lane, so his day is done. And the top 3 can throw a blanket over him in turn 1.
Yeah, Bobby Santos hooking up on the back bumper of John McKennedy, trying to make that draft work, hoping that the 2 of them together will be a little quicker than Patrick Emmerling, so Santos can go to a clean second, and he does. This time he'll look underneath McKennedy as they race into turn 3.
We'll see 6 laps to go this time by. Here's Santos sliding up the racetrack through turns 3 and 4. They are dead even across. Nerf bar to nerf bar across the line. Scored the lap led for McKennedy, but only by a couple of feet.
Yeah, just by the radiator cap, as a matter of fact. But this time, Santos is able to drive in deeper down into turn 1 and will take the lead away, lead him down the backstretch. Back to the front is Bobby Santos.
Does anybody have an answer here today, tomorrow, this weekend for Bobby Santos, winner of 3 of the last 4 points-paying races here in New Hampshire? He's back out in front with 5 laps to go and everybody in the rearview mirror.
Good battle now for the 3rd spot. Justin Bonsignor takes a peek down underneath Patrick Emmerling, does not make the move down into turn 1, and will follow him through onto the backstretch.
Chase Salvage, the number 99 down pit lane, retiring from the event. Leaders on the backstretch, trying to break the draft. Santos all the way to the inside lane of the backstretch, pulls back up, runs a middle groove through turns 3 and 4, but here comes Newman. Battle for 5th. Ryan Newman back to the inside, gets by Ronnie Silk.
Yeah, and just barely, too, as Silk is able to tap on the back bumper of that number 77 Newman car. They are a bit off from that front group of 4 cars, which now make their way down the backstretch.
Single file for the moment. Santos continuing to try to break the track, prevent any run that John McKennedy can gather up. Things heat up again. Silk goes back by Ryan Newman as Silk tries to maintain his top 5 spot.
Add Justin Bonsignor to the mix now as Patrick Emmerling takes a look down on the inside of John McKennedy, trying to take that spot away. They race side by side out of turn 2.
Patrick Emmerling and his crew chief, Jan Leedy, former driver. A very healthy duo. Always have good runs here. He's up to 2nd. Can he make it stick by McKennedy this time?
And he does, too. Boy, he hung tough down underneath McKennedy. And while McKennedy was pushed up the racetrack, Justin Bonsignor took a look but decided not to make the pass. They're all chasing Bobby Santos as he races through the 1st and 2nd turn.
Less than 2 laps to go. Bobby Santos out of Franklin, Massachusetts, trying to hold off a hard-charging team of Whelen Modified Tour competitors. Here's Bonsignor trying to get a podium out of the day. They come to the line this time, and the white flag is waving.
All bets are off now as they'll go pedal to the metal here to the finish line. Santos has got the lead. He just continues to try and break that draft. Meanwhile, Emmerling's got to contend with Justin Bonsignor, who's starting to close on him.
Here comes Emmerling, though. He's got a good run off turn 2. Looking all the way to the bottom of turn number 3. Final lap. Emmerling on the inside. Santos up high for the win.
Here comes Emmerling. Boy, he makes that slingshot move. Santos trying to come back on the bottom. They're side by side down to the stripe. Here's Bonsignor. It'll be Emmerling by a nose at the line, but we'll have to wait for the official finish on that. At least it looked like it. We'll wait for official timing and scoring, and I don't think that's correct, is it? It looks like Santos held on.
In a 3-wide photo finish, it's Patrick Emmerling who wins the 6th All-Star Shootout. here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Bobby Santos 22 thousandths of a second behind. It was about a foot difference at the finish line. And Patrick Emmerling over Bobby Santos and Justin Bonsignore. Unbelievable. Emmerling and this team completely cut this car apart. They rebuilt it up at Troyer Race Chassis with the help of Robbie Fuller and LFR, trying something brand new. And the first time out with it, they go to victory lane here on the biggest stage at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
Well, Bobby Santos did all he could to try and make that inside groove as small as possible as he tried to hold that 36 down and leave no room for Emmerling to make that pass on the bottom. Emmerling did, swung up the racetrack. Santos tried to come back on the bottom, but just ran out of time as they were almost side by side. Well, they were side by side at the stripe, but almost a dead heat there. We had to wait for the official timing and scoring to catch up to give us the official finish of Patrick Emmerling, the winner.
That final lap, it was all decided in turn one. Santos changed his strategy. He went to the bottom, and that played to the hand of Patrick Emmerling, who maintained speed in that third groove. He got such a run going down the back straightaway. Santos had nothing he can do but let Emmerling take the inside lane, and that was it. They tried to come back across the finish line, and again, about a foot separating, 22 thousandths of a second. What a show. And this was the All-Star Shootout, and now you know why. 3 wide photo finish here at New Hampshire. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, we add another winner to the All-Star list that goes all the way back to 2014. And now Patrick Emmerling hopefully going to try and break that streak that has the winner of the shootout not repeating in the 100-lap race on Saturday. He hopes to finally break that and go to victory lane again tomorrow. But right now, he's got some time to celebrate winning the All-Star Shootout here at New Hampshire.
Emmerling, who's won on big stages before, earned his first win at the Bristol Motor Speedway when the Tour ran there. And now he runs here, Sunoco Victory Lane, Whelen All-Star Shootout for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. And the kid from Orchard Park, New York, Patrick Emmerling, and Jan Ledio was a popular driver in his own right, the crew chief on the car, victorious here at the Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. We'll have a TV interview with Derek Perniciglio here for the NBC Sports broadcast of this event, and then we'll be able to hear from our race winner, Patrick Emmerling, in an outstanding performance. And the best part about this was just a preview. Tomorrow, it's the big dance for the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. The highlight of their schedule, the Eastern Propane and Oil 100 tomorrow, 1:45 in the afternoon. Man, take a breath. That was awesome.
Yeah, but we say that every time that the modifieds take to this racetrack. It's that kind of racing. The draft comes into play. We can have several lead changes as we did just in this 35-lap race. Imagine what it's going to be like for the 100 laps that they'll do tomorrow afternoon.
You'll see him get out of that car here in a moment, race fans. Patrick Emmerling, quiet young man, but his talents in the race car speaking volumes here this afternoon, making a statement here at the Magic Mile. The crew already quick at work, checking the tires to see all the secret ingredients that made this car so fast. Here he is, race fans. Give him a big, loud and welcome. Here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway, celebrate with Patrick Emmerling. A big round of applause. Winner of the 6th running of the All-Star Shootout. Take a look at it, your ISM screen. Inside the infield, we'll get a good look at exactly what transpired on that last lap here in the All-Star Shootout. How Patrick Emmerling was able to beat the fastest car in the property, Bobby Santos, here today. Here it is. When they came to the white flag, watch Santos. He takes the bottom lane, protecting the inside lane, playing a bit of poker. But it was Emmerling who got the momentum rolling up top. And although Santos tried to throw the block right here, Emmerling goes all the way down to the yellow line of the back straightaway, puts his modified to the inside, runs that bottom groove. Santos up the hill. He tried the crossover move. Bonsignore put his nose in there, but as they came across the line by about that much, Patrick Emmerling, a winner here at the Magic Mile.
Unbelievable. I'll tell you what, Patrick Emmerling's move was to go out of the second turn onto the backstretch in the higher groove because that gave him super momentum.